Interests are of two types, simple interest and compound interest. We have seen simple interest. Now let us see the compound interest. Fine. Simple interest is always calculated on principal. For every period, whatever the interest is there, that is calculated on principal only. First year on principal, second year on principal, third year on principal. So every year, every period, interest is same. Now what is compound interest? See, we calculate for the first period, say first year, we calculate interest and we add that one to principal, that becomes amount. For the next period or next year, that amount will become the principal. So we take amount as principal and calculate interest on that one. So interest is calculated even on that interest money also. And whatever the amount is there for the end of that second year, that becomes principal for the third year. That is how compound interest is been calculated. Okay, I take an example. See, first let us say 1000 rupees is the principal. If it is 10% rate. After 1 year, we get 100 rupees interest, that becomes 1100. Okay, fine. This is amount. Say if it is simple interest, second year also we get 100 rupees only, that becomes 1200. Third year also we get 100 rupees only, that becomes 1300. So for every period, first year, second year, third year, our principal, our interest is same because we calculated interest on principal. If it is compound interest, what happens? Say 1000 is the principal. After 1 year, at 10% rate, we get 100 rupees interest, that becomes 1100. And the second year, this 1100 will become the principal. So this is actually amount after 1 year, but this is principal now for the second year. We consider this one as principal and calculate interest for the second year. So 10% on 1100 is 110. So second year our interest is 110 and our amount is 1210. Right? And this 1210 is the principal for the third year. So 10% of 1210, that is 121 rupees. So 1331 rupees is the amount after 3 years. Correct? And end of the period, end of the year, whatever the amount is there, that is considered as principal for the next year. First year you can observe our simple interest and compound interest both are same because in both cases our principal is same. But for second year, principal is different now. Okay? So 1100 only, but we calculated interest on principal always. So always on 1000, on 1000. But here, second year on 1100, third year on 1210. So that is, there is difference between these two. Right? Okay. And how to calculate this compound interest? How we calculate compound interest? Okay. Generally, most of the students use formula to calculate compound interest. And besides that one, two more ways. One way is, of course, this way only. Calculating interest separately. Every period we calculate interest. First year what is the compound interest, second year what is the compound interest, third year what is the compound interest. We had all the interest. We get the total compound interest for the required period, 2 years, 3 years, or whatever it is. That is one way. Formula is second way. Let me tell you the formula. Let me give you that formula. So, we know P into 1 plus R by 100 whole power T. This is amount. This formula gives us amount. If you want to compound interest, we have to deduct principal from this one. So compound interest is P into 1 plus R by 100 whole power T minus P, where P is considered as principal, R is rate of interest, T is time, period. Okay? It is like this. This is a compound interest formula. This is compound interest formula. Generally students use this one only, but bit difficulty in calculations if you use this formula. Anyway, let me tell you the third method even to calculate the compound interest. The third method here is, observe one thing. See, principal is 1000 rupees and 10% of interest we added. Here principal is 1000, this is 100%. So 10% we added and this has become amount. So this amount is nothing but 100% principal plus 10% of principal. So this is nothing but 110% of principal. So this is 110% of principal, nothing but 1000. This is 110% of 1000. Now come here. Second year, we are calculating interest on 1100. Now 1100 has become principal. So 10% of 1100 is 1210. Okay. So this is 100% plus 10% of 1100 also. That is nothing but 110% of 1100 is 1210. So 110% of 1100 is 1210. But we know 1100 is nothing but 110% of 1000. So this 1100 I write 110% of 1000. Right? And next, for third year, this is principal and 10% of principal we have taken. So this is 100% of principal plus 10% of principal. Totally 110% of principal. Now it is 1210. So 110% of 1210 is 1331. Let me write here. So 110% of 1210 is nothing but 1331. But we know, so 1210 is nothing but 110% of 1000. So 1210 is nothing but, I write in here 110% of 1000 is 1331. Clear? Now after 1 year, amount is 110% of principal, 1000. Here in this case 1000. After 2 years, principal is 110% of 1000. After 3 years, amount is 110% of 1000. So because 1000 is the principal and 10% is the rate of interest. Say 10% rate of interest has become 5% now. So 1000 is not the principal. Let us take principal, say some 25,000. If it is 5% rate of interest, 25,000, then how do you calculate? If it is 2 years, you can say 105% of 25,000. If it is 3 years, 105% of 25,000. Whatever the number of years you have to calculate, you take those many times by adding percentage to 100%. In this case, if we calculate, it is easy for us. In this, by taking in this method, when principal is given, you can immediately calculate amount, or amount is given, you can calculate principal. For example, see here, I say principal is some 25,000, rate of interest is some 4%, time is say some 3 years. What is the amount? How do we calculate this one? We say 104% of 25,000. You simplify, you will get the amount. Okay, what I do here, I'll give you amount. Amount as some 15,000, rate of interest some 6%, time is some 3 years. What is principal? Okay, generally how we take that one for 3 years? 106% of principal. Principal we don't know, say X. Okay, so 106% of X is 15,000 that has been given. You can calculate principal. So when the principal is given, you can calculate amount. When the amount is given, you can calculate principal. You can find out easily without any confusion. So this method definitely will serve you better. Out of these 3 methods, without formula, we can use either first method or third method according to the question. So whichever way calculations are easy for you to get answer immediately, use that method. Either first one or third one. In some cases we use the formula also. Okay, so this is very important. And just see here. See, first year simple interest is 100. In this example, compound interest also 100. That means there is no difference between simple interest and compound interest. But from second year onwards, you can observe there is difference between simple interest and compound interest. It is keep on increasing. Generally, how to find out then? How to find out the difference between simple interest and compound interest? Say for 2 years. You have to find out simple interest for 2 years. You have to find out compound interest for 2 years and take out the difference. If at all is asked for 3 years, you find out for 3 years simple interest, you find out for 3 years compound interest and take the difference. And so on. Regularly in the examination, whether it is bank examination or staff selection commission, CGL, CHSL, they ask a difference between simple interest and compound interest difference, but most frequently 2 years and 3 years. So for these 2 years and 3 years, better you remember formula. Actually, even though I said don't use formula, much of formula, but in this case, yes, it is important. If you can remember this formula, you can get the answer immediately. Let us see. Difference between simple interest and compound interest, let us see. Difference between SI and CA. Okay. If it is for 2 years, then difference is P into R square by 100 square. Simply use this formula. So let us see in our example, after 1 year, after 2 years you can see 1200, 100 plus 100, 200 is a simple interest, 100 plus 100, 1210, 1200 and 1210, and the difference is 10 rupees. If you can consider same 10% rate, principal is 1000, so in our example, how we take principal is 1000, rate of interest 10%, 10 square, 100 by 100 square, 100 into 100. Yes, we got 10 rupees, yes. So here the difference is 10 rupees. With this formula we can get difference for 2 years. Okay, if it is 3 years, there is a formula even for 3 years also. Difference is 300 plus R into P into R square by 100 cube. This will give you 300 plus R into P into R square by 100 cube. This is difference for 3 years. In the examination, most of the cases, whenever he gives 3 years difference, he will ask you 5% rate or 10% frequently. Very frequently 5% rate and 10% rate he will give you. So that what I do, I'll give you further 2 more formulas for you. So if it is 10% rate, then difference is P into 31 by 1000. If it is 5% rate, difference is P into 61 by 8000. Remember these two formulae. Okay? If it is 10% rate, difference is P into 31 by 1000. If it is 5% rate, difference is P into 61 by 8000. This is for 3 years only. Okay, 2 years difference, 3 years difference. This is for any rate of interest. 3%, 4%, 7, 8, whatever it is. But particularly if it is 10%, use this formula. If it is 5%, use this formula. Important. Regularly they ask you. Or if you don't remember, again you need to calculate simple interest separately for 2 years or 3 years period, and again compound interest and take out the difference between these two. Fine? Okay. Now let us solve some questions. What is the compound interest accrued on an amount of 8,600 at the rate of 6% per annum for 2 years? Okay, we can solve this question any of the methods. Out of these 3 methods, I said you to find out compound interest, which method to be used? See, if the rate of interest is easy for you, like 5%, 10%, 15%, 20, such kind of things, use calculate interest separately and add. Otherwise, you can use formula. Formula is the last choice. Otherwise, what you do, you can say 106%, 106% of how many times accordingly. Now, this question and rate of interest he has given us 6%. So that it is not that difficult to calculate the 6%. We will see. So 8,600 is the principal, okay, and at a 6% rate. 6% rate means how much interest we get. 6% we can calculate 5% plus 1%. 5% is 860, 10%, 5% means 430. 430 plus 86, 516. First year. And second year, you will get 516 plus interest on 6% interest on 516 also. So 10% is 51.6, 5% is 25.8, and 1% is 5.16. This is second year interest. What is the total interest? Add all the things. So 1032, 1052, 1052, 1062.96. 1062.96 is the answer. Okay. Otherwise, you can take 106% of 106% of 8,600, but more calculations are needed in that case. Right. What will be the amount on 25,000 in 2 years? At compound interest, if the rate of interest for successive years be 4% and 5%. Okay. It is not the same rate of interest, different rate of interest. Not a problem, absolutely. If it is same rate of interest, for example 6%, we say 106% or 106% of principal. If it is different one, we take differently. Here in this case, 4% and 5%. You can say 104% of 105% of principal is the amount. Okay? That way you can calculate. Or for us, he is asking what is the amount. Here also, instead of using that method, calculating interest separately and adding is easy. I'll show you. So 25,000 is the principal. At a 4% rate, how much interest we get at 4% rate? See here, 4% of 25,000. I told you in percentages, 4% of 25,000 or 25,000% of 4 is the same. You can interchange the numbers. Not only numbers, you can not only the entire number, you can interchange a part of number also. So here 4% of 25,000 or instead of exchanging the entire one with the entire number, a part of number also can be exchanged, that interchange. That means 2,500 also you can interchange. 4% of 25,000 or you take 2,500 here, that becomes 2,500% of 4 comes in place of 2,500 and 0 is there. 2,500% of 40. Here also you can do it. Or you can interchange it with 250 also. 250% of 4,000, 400. Or you can interchange with 25 also. 25 comes here, 4 goes here. So 25% of 4,000. Or 25% of 4,000 is nothing but 1,000. Easy for you to calculate. So first year interest is 1,000. So the amount is 26,000. And second year is 5%. What is the interest? 5% of 26,000. 10% is 2,600. 5% is 1,300. This is 27,300. Our amount is asking what will be the amount. So amount after 2 years is 27,300. Easy to calculate. This is 27,300. That is second question answer. Okay. He's asking, next one is the difference between simple interest and compound interest for 2 years. As I said, we have a formula for these things, I just now give you. He's asking 2 years difference. So on what sum does the difference between simple interest and compound interest for 2 years? At 5% per annum be 153.60. He has given the difference and he is asking us the principal. Okay, what is the formula? Formula is difference for 2 years is P into R square by 100 square. The difference already is given as 153.60. Principal we have to calculate, and rate of interest is said 5%. 5 square is 25 by 100 square. 100 into 100. See, without further simplification, you can get the answer. See, anyway, this is 4 times 400, you bring this side. 100 into 153.60 is 15,360. 15,360 for 4 times. 15,360 you take double. 15,004 times is 60,000. 360 4 times. 360 double is 720. Double is 1440. So 60,000 plus 1440. 61,440 is the answer. That is the principal. Our answer is 61,440. Here it is. This is third question. Difference for 2 years. And next question is the difference for 3 years. He has asked a difference for 3 years. And what rate he has given? 10%. I gave you. For 10% and 5% separate formula I gave you. So a 10% rate, difference is P into 31 by 1000. Use this formula directly. He is asking what is the difference for 3 years on 12,000 rupees. So principal is 12,000 rupees. 31 by 1000. So 12 into 31. 12 into 30, 360 plus 12. 360 plus 12, 372. 372 is the answer. Very simple. Always, whenever he asks you 2 year difference, 3 year difference, I think this will definitely give you advantage to answer immediately. See the next question. Next question is the best example to show the difference between simple interest and compound interest. Okay, if you can understand what is simple interest and if you understand what is compound interest, this question is very easy. Easily you can get the answer. A sum of money will be doubled in 3 years at compound interest. In what time will it be? 4 times itself. Sum money is becoming double in 3 years. To become 4 days, how much time it takes? What is that sum? No need to say X, whatever it is. If it is 1 rupees, that becomes double 2 rupees after 3 years. If it is 10 rupees, it becomes 20 after 3 years. Or if it is 1 lakh, that becomes 2 lakhs after 3 years. To become 4 lakhs, that means 4 times. How much time it takes? Okay, let us understand what is compound interest. We know the principle, the rule, main rule of compound interest is the amount will become principal for the next period. For every next period, the whatever the end of the period amount is there, that becomes the principal for the next period. Okay, if you remember that one, we can say 100 rupees is the principal. That has become 200 rupees after 3 years. That's what he says, it becomes double. But he says it should be 4 times, means should become 400. Understand? Now 200 rupees is the amount, but this will be principal for the next period. This 200 is becoming 400, means double. We know to become double it takes 3 years. So to become 4 times, how much time it has taken? 6 years. Answer? Simple. To become double 3 years, to become 4 times means another 3 years. Totally 6 years, because we are taking 200 as principal now. This is the amount. That is what is the rule of compound interest. Okay, if it is simple interest, in how much time it takes, how many years it becomes 3 times. Understand? 4 times. 100 rupees becomes 200 rupees in 3 years. Correct? How much interest? 100 rupees. We know every time principal is same. So next 3 years also we get 100 rupees only. That means amount becomes 300. Next 3 years also we get 100 rupees only. That becomes 400 rupees. That means 100 has become 400, which means 4 times in how many years? 3 plus 3 plus 3, 9 years. If it is simple interest, it takes 9 years to become 4 times. If it is compound interest, it takes 6 years to become 4 times. Okay, if it is next time, what happens? 5 times, another 500 rupees, 5 times, another 3 years. Okay, the question is like this, if it is not 4 times, to become 20 times, how many years it takes? Is it required to write 20 times such a long thing? Not at all required. Observe. Here, to become double amount, whatever principle is there, to become double, one gap is there, 3 years. The one time, whatever time he has given, 3 years. To become 3 times, you can observe 2 gaps. So 3 plus 3, 6 years. To become 4 times, 3 gaps, 9 years. Similarly, to become 20 times, there will be 19 gaps. 19 into 3, 57 years. That's it. Very simple. So, the best example to show the difference between simple interest and compound interest. Fine. See, generally interests are calculated every year, but not necessarily. Sometimes we calculate interest half yearly also. Sometimes we calculate interest quarterly also. What happens if we calculate yearly? One time in a year we calculate interest. If we calculate half yearly, we need to calculate 2 times in a year. If we calculate quarterly, we need to calculate 4 times in a year. Right? Okay. Number of times calculated is getting changed. And what about the time? What about the rate of interest? If it is 10% rate per annum, if it is a year, if it is 10% rate. But if we calculate half year, that becomes half only, 5% only. If we calculate quarterly, 1/4, that becomes 2.5% only. So if we calculate half yearly, 2 times we have to calculate interest, but rate of interest will become half. Similarly, if we calculate quarterly, 4 times in a year we are calculating, 4 times that time is becoming, and the rate of interest becoming 1/4 only. That is important. Okay? So I show here, I write also. If at all we calculate half yearly, if the interest is calculated half yearly, what happens? Time will become double. 2 times in a year we have to calculate. And rate of interest will become half. R by 2. Okay? Oh, fine. If we calculate quarterly, then time will become 4 times. And rate of interest will become naturally 1/4. R by 4. And sometimes we calculate monthly also. If we calculate monthly, 12 times. Then rate of interest R by 12 and so on. Fine? Remember this. See the next question. What is the compound interest on 25,000 for 1.5 year at 8% per annum interest being calculated half yearly? Here we are calculating interest half yearly. How much time actually is asking to calculate? 1.5 year. 1.5 year nothing but 3 times we have to calculate. Half yearly we are calculating. So 3 times. And rate of interest is given as 8% per annum. If it is per annum, per year, 8%, but we are calculating half year, so 4% only. So 1.5 year at 8% is nothing but 3 years at 4%. One and the same. Calculating interest for 3 years at 4% rate. We calculate, and 25,000 is the principal, and rate of interest is 8%. So we calculate for 3 years how much it becomes. Let us see. 25,000. Now 4%. Is asking what is the compound interest. First year it will be, okay, 4% of 25,000 or 25% of 4,000, 1,000. Right? That is 1,000. And the second year how much it will be? This is first year. And the second year we get 1,000 rupees. Plus first year 1,000 rupees we get, and interest on 1,000 rupees also. 4% on 1,000. 1% is 10 rupees. 4% means 40 rupees. Okay, so 1,040 is the second year interest. And what about third year interest? So we get 1,000 rupees. We get 40 rupees. Second year interest as it is we get. And third year extra is interest on 1,040. 4% interest on 1040. 1040 for one person is 1040. So 4% means 40, 50, 0.6. 40, 41.6. 41.6. Right? Now what is the total interest? 3000, 3080, 3121.60. 3121.60 is the interest. So I mean this is interest. If we calculate half yearly, this is 3121.60. Like this. Right? Here it is 6 years. Like this, accordingly, whichever the way you wanted to calculate the compound interest, either using, we have not used any formula anywhere, so not required also. Most of the cases it may not be required, rarely we use the formula, but most of the cases without calculating, without using the formula, you calculate interest separately and add, you get the interest, or you calculate accordingly, like if it is X%, 3%, 103%, 103%, how many number of times you have to calculate, you calculate. Then it is easy for you. But if you practice, calculations also will be easy for you. Thank you.